So I'd like to continue to fill out this definition of soul, because it's important, because we're all part of this family constellation community, and we're all speaking the same language, but Jamie and I feel that it's important to kind of define it a little bit. So Bert Hellinger has taught us, and we all use this, that there's the individual soul, the family soul, and the collective soul. So, as we know, family constellations begins with the individual soul, which is made up of the masculine and the feminine. We're all male-female. I present as a male, Jamie presents as a female, but within us is the masculine and feminine, right? In the family soul, it's also made up of the masculine and feminine, the paternal lineage and the maternal lineage. Again, the beauty of family constellations is wherever you go on the planet, every human being has the same blueprint. It's unique, it's different, just like every human being is different. But every one of us is given this blueprint to work our way to soul consciousness through our family lineage. All you have to do is follow the bloodline of your father's lineage and the bloodline of your mother's lineage of the things that happened, the events, the initiations, that gives you the authority to claim your soul consciousness. And ultimately, then it goes to the collective soul. The collective soul, again, is everything that's masculine and feminine. Tomorrow in our presentation on Bridging the Divide, Healing the Collective Masculine and Feminine, we'll go deeper into this. But the idea being is that when we speak of soul, when Jamie and I speak of soul in the constellation approach, we're talking about the individual soul, taking a client deeper inside themselves, ultimately into the family lineage, into the family soul, which is made up of the masculine and feminine, and then into the collective soul, the much larger field of consciousness of masculine and feminine. One other thing that Jamie and I think about with the soul is it's the repository for all human experience. I'll say that again. Your soul is the repository for all of your human experience. And it's also the repository of your family's experience. That's why when in a family constellation, when you're working your way through the field of consciousness, you're going deeper and deeper, and you get these aha moments that don't come from the facilitator. They don't come from the representative. They come from your soul knowledge. In family constellations, when you reach that level where you've transitioned past the emotional catharsis and you're in that quiet space, it's why stillness and quietness is so important. It's why it's so important to stop talking as a facilitator. It's why it's so important to stop talking as a representative, because there's a transference of energy between the representative and the client, or out of you, that's coming from that deep, still space. One of the things that Jamie and I often say in our groups is, the soul feasts after carefully chosen words are spoken. The soul feasts on the quietness, on the stillness, after carefully chosen words are spoken. So when you stand, or when I stand across from a representative from my mother, and I say, "You are the right mother for me," and then I stop, in that still space, so much comes up. That's the soul speaking. The soul feasts on the quietness after carefully chosen words are spoken. Right? So we're given these statements of empowerment, these solution sentences, but at a certain point we have to be quiet and let the soul speak. Let the soul speak to each other. So, family constellations, they begin on the individual, they go into the family soul, and then into the collective. It's a progression. Each constellation, if we know that, we can take the client deeper and deeper. It's often why the clients say, "I feel like this isn't about me anymore." How many have had that experience when you've been clients? You know that this is no longer about me. You know that your experience is beyond the personality. It's about something that happened in the family, or it's in the collective. Again, tomorrow we'll speak more about the collective. But the idea being is that when we do our work, we're doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for our family, but we're also contributing to healing the collective. Hence the title of this conference this weekend, healing the personal and collective soul. Each one of us is contributing to the collective soul. So we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. That is the foundation from which Jamie and I approach family constellations. Again, that each person is a soul, we're all spiritual beings, and that we are doing this work from a spiritual level. And if we can shift from our human experience and have the awareness of the soul of another or the soul of ourselves, we begin to awaken to our spiritual nature as human beings. What happens then is life speeds up. And all this energy, all this ancestral energy gets behind us. It's like wind in our sails. And we show up at a conference like this. When something happens, we begin to move in life. And as Bert says, we begin to, we trust our soul to lead us to where we're supposed to be.